Om Shri Sai Ram, dear students. Today we are going to do the last part of the Noble Bishop, which is just answers to your comprehension questions from last time. Title scene is all about a Christian bishop, we all know that. Now let's look at the comprehension questions and answers from last time. Number 1, why did John Valjean hesitate to steal the silverware at first? The answer, the bishop had treated John Valjean in a friendly manner. He had also fed him and given a place for him to sleep. So he felt some hesitation to steal the silverware. So you can see that why did he hesitate? Hesitate means stopped a little bit. He did not immediately go and grab the silverware. He paused a little bit. He stopped. Why did he do that? Because his conscience was not allowing him in the beginning. This bishop has done so much for him. He gave him food. He gave him a place to sleep. So he was not very comfortable stealing the silverware. So the bishop had treated John Valjean in a friendly manner. He called him friend, treated him very nicely. He had also fed him. Fed him means he had also given him food and given a place for him to sleep. Remember, he allowed him to sleep in the alcove. So he felt some hesitation to steal the silverware. So you can write it in whichever way you want. Make sure your answer is there. That's it. Number 2, was there any change in John Valjean's attitude when he left the bishop? What was the change? Yes. So was there, this is a yes-no question. Was there any change in his attitude? So when a question starts with an auxiliary verb, usually it's a yes-no question. Was there any change in his attitude? The answer has to be yes or no. So make sure you answer that part. Yes, don't just leave it blank. So, was there any change in John Valjean's attitude when he left the bishop? Yes, there was a change in John Valjean's attitude. What was the change? The love and compassion shown by the bishop changed John Valjean into a good man. He decided to live an honest life from then onwards. So, the love which the bishop showed him made him change into a good man. That is what you have to write. And we also learn a good lesson from this, isn't it? We should always be kind and loving to people. You never know, it can change them. A bad person can become good. Number 3, explain how the bishop reacted when John Valjean was brought before him by the police. The bishop reacted in an unexpected manner when John Valjean was brought before him by the police. Unexpected means something which nobody expects. He greeted John Valjean in a friendly manner. He asked him why he had not taken the silver candlesticks along with the other silverware. This surprised the police, as the bishop's words proved that John Valjean was not a thief. They set him free. So it was totally unexpected, such a surprising thing that instead they thought, or even the convict thought that the bishop would say, yes, he stole these things, take him, put him in jail. Nothing like that. Instead, what does the bishop say? I gave him all those things. So because according to the bishop, he had given everything to John Valjean, the police had no case against him, so they had to set him free. Why was John Valjean surprised at the bishop's behavior the next morning? John Valjean was surprised by the bishop's behavior because the bishop greeted him in a friendly manner. He addressed him as a friend and said he was very glad to see him. He also told the policeman that he had given the silverware to John Valjean. So, this is the answer. John Valjean was surprised, that is the key word, by the bishop's behavior because the bishop greeted him in a friendly manner. Another key word. He addressed him as friend and said that he was glad to see him. He also told the policeman that he had given the silverware to John Valjean. Why was John Valjean finally set free? The bishop told the policeman that he had given the silverware to John Valjean. As this proved that John Valjean was not a thief, The police set him free. It's very clear. Last one. What did John Valjean promise the bishop? John Valjean felt he was a man again and not a wild beast. He promised the bishop that he would lead the life of an honest man. So what is the promise? That he would lead the life of an honest man. Because you have to answer in 2 sentences, you have to write a little bit more. He felt that he was a man again and not a wild beast. He promised the bishop that he would lead the life of an honest man. So that's the end of all the questions. Now instructions for you. You have to study the lesson thoroughly. Complete all the exercises that are given at the end of the lesson. If you turn to page 111, there are a whole lot of exercises which you need to complete. Homophones. You all know what homophones are. Please look at them and do them in your notebooks. There are so many of them. Then there are some modals which you need to know, may, can, etc. Please know how to use them. And then a very interesting part, a dialogue between a patient and a doctor. So I would strongly recommend that you get hold of your father or your brother or somebody. You can don some costumes and pretend to be the patient and doctor and have a nice little conversation that will be entertaining as well as you can improve your English. So I would recommend you do that. And then, of course, there are types of sentences. Simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence. All that you need to know, please go through all of them. And also the linkers, how you join 2 simple sentences together with linkers. All that very important to know so that your sentence construction is good. So all that needs to be read and completed. So please do all these exercises in your notebooks. So this lesson will not be taught again. The reason being, we may not have the time to do it. We might just have time to revise. So it is your responsibility to study it properly. So that's it for today. We have finished a very beautiful lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, my dear students. Sai Ram.